How are you all doing? So great to see you all today. My name is Danu Vaughn, D to the E to the N to the U, Danu Vaughn. And I'm so delighted. I'm so delighted to have you on Becoming a Viral Authority 2.0. It's such a massive, it's such a breakdown. It's going to be a massive program. So I can't wait to see. I can't wait to have you imparted with knowledge and then more and more and more. So just a big rundown of what will be happening today. Today we'll be having Mommy Kira Fox, we'll be having Blessing Ododo Inoghie, we'll be having Lucima Dio Simao, and also we'll be having Dr. Faith Nwaobia to come and give us everything to do with the impact, with becoming viral authors, becoming varieties, and then running up our voice, the likes and more. So what I want to really do today is to actually get your jotting materials, get your senses all on ground, and get yourself all in check, because you are about to be empowered to you are about to be empowered to be an authoritative creator. You are about to be empowered to be viral for who you truly are. And that is what we are all about today. So if you are just joining us, I want you to type in the comment section, yes, how happy you are to be joining the show. How happy you are to be joining the show. Yes, I can see you. Amarachi Ikoro, Abiodun Olaleye, Chidudit, if you're Malinda Zukan, Otob Grace, Dorcas, Mulowe, and a lot more other people. So I'm so delighted to have you guys all around. You are the reason you are here. The reason Go Local Diaries is here. So the show is going to be really, really awesome. However, this is more like Joy Kadri has joined us. It's so wonderful, so wonderful. So by the way, that have not yet joined us, you want to help us tell your friend immediately to come us now. So share the post, share the link, copy the link and paste on your social media, copy and paste on your WhatsApp status, and then let's get everybody here, because anybody that's not here at this moment, that person is really missing out. Akondi Abayo Bami has joined us. Is that awesome? So my name once again is Auburn, and like I said, here we are for Go Local Diaries second debut immersion program, Becoming a Viral Authority 2.0 conference, themed empowering a generation of authoritative creators. That is what we're talking about. So let's get down to this. So with that said, I want to, should we start with prayer? I believe we should start with prayer. Let's just say a little word of prayer, like, the Lord bless what we are about to do in the name of Jesus. The Lord sanctify our hearts as we listen in the name of Jesus. For in Jesus we pray. So let's get down to the show. And with that said, I want to bring aboard our moderator for the day, and the person of Elizabeth Adepoju. Please, can you clap your hand, Elizabeth Adepoju, to the show? Everybody, let's give it up for Elizabeth Adepoju, family Olawoye Olamilekan Yefuga, John Atoyebi, welcome here. So Elizabeth, what's up? Hello. Okay, why? I think there's a little bit of network glitch from our end. That is, we are all in Nigeria. It's all gonna be good. Peter Yomida, I can see you. Lawrence Olorun Femi. I can see you, Mr. Family Olabuye. I can see you. What's it called? Elizabeth, probably you could leave the show and join back again so that the network button will be able to function effectively. Elizabeth is the one who will be moderating us tonight, and in just a few minutes we'll be going down to the agenda of today. What we have today. Elizabeth, hear me? Can you kindly leave the show and join us back again. Elizabeth. I guess Elizabeth will be able to join us very soon. So while Elizabeth tried to get her network in check, while she tried to get check, we don't want to waste your time. We know we are actually very time conscious with Go Local Diaries. And before I go on ahead to bring speaker, the first speaker who is going to set you on fire, my God. Somebody type my God in the comment section. Type my God. Because it's going to be really, really massive. That's what I'm talking about. Because this person I'm about to bring up, but before I bring her up, let me just give you a walkthrough of what we have. So Go Local Diaries is a media and publishing company, and then we all know this is our second immersion program in the 2022, becoming a viral AUTHOR-ity 2.0 conference, and that is themed empowering a generation of authoritative creators. So the point here is you are the creator. You're all right. So we are empowering you to become authoritative creators. So now, before you can become an authoritative creator, the point is, what exactly do you want to create? How do you find what you want to create? And this is where the speaker comes in. This is where he comes in. So now, in just about minutes, this person is a very wonderful person. She features in poetry. She features in musically, country music, to be precise. She has a recording company that is managed by her and run by her son, Asaf. And she has a publishing company where she publishes books for people. She has been doing a lot massively. She has been doing a lot really, really great. Enough, she's actually a little elderly in terms of age, but the fact that despite her age, she's still functioning in this digital era, something that even inspires me myself. And then, I read her content, I'm like, oh God, this woman she's not from here. Like, I shouldn't be saying that here. This is a live broadcast, for example. I know she's already laughing. I can see her here. She's already smiling wide, and I'm going to tell you she's going to show you something. Before I tell you what she's going to show you tonight, something is very paramount about who she is. She's also into style painting, and then I'm telling you she's totally out of here. So now, why did I have to walk you through all of that? This woman basically is someone who has mastered the art of herself. She has mastered the art of herself. And that is the foundation in everything in life. Before you can become viral, you want to be the first course you have to take in being viral is the course Viral 101, and that is your heart, your voice. So now, the person who I'm bringing on tonight, her name is Yakira Shimone Fox. I believe I pronounced it well. Yakira Shimone Fox. She's an Israeli by origin, and she's going to be leading us through Viral 101, your heart, your voice. If you are here to find your voice, find your tribe, this is the time for you. Let's welcome. Please drop in the comment and say, Mama Kira, Mama Kira, Mama Kira, Mama Kira, Mama Kira, as we bring her on board. Let's keep clapping as she joins us on the live stream. Hey, Mama Kira, Mama Kira, Mama Kira.
After such an incredible introduction, I don't know if I'm going to be able to fulfill all the expectations. But I am
No. You're doing awesome, ma. Yes, I'm telling you.
First of all, I want to thank you, Dinovo, for inviting me. And I must say that we met about a year ago on LinkedIn, and it was your enthusiasm. It just sparkles from the screen. Every morning I would get up and I would turn on LinkedIn, and I would see your bubbly face and your beautiful smile. And it really is your enthusiasm about life and what you do and how you want to inspire others to become the most they are that really touched my heart. So it really is a spark that you have, but I also believe that everybody has. It's, in fact, the other day I was on LinkedIn and someone put a post which I thought was very odd. He said that people who think that they are special are, how did he say that? Have low self-esteem and are arrogant. And I thought that was an odd statement, because I think that everyone is a gift from God and everyone is special. Everyone has something to inspire us with, to give us another point of view. I believe that we're like little God's agents, that we come here to the world to report back to him, but what we see here in the world and how we create here in the world. And this topic is about giving your voice, or finding your voice. And the first thing that God did in creating the world was to find his voice. He said, and God said, in Hebrew, Vayomer Elohim, Vayehi Or, Vayehi Or. Oh, Dino, I want to see you back so I can talk to you.
Okay.
Let me see you come back. Yes, it's easier for me.
Okay.
So God said, Vayehi O, Vayehi O. So he spoke. He took something intangible that he thought about, and through the word, which is the first way of creation, is he created our world. So that's what our mission is, to be here, to create, and to express. But
yes,
art is such a diverse field. For me, everything that I see is art. Although art, we think of art as special, like, oh, if I paint, it's art. If I make music, it's art. To me, everything that I do is art. Whether I cook, I sort of think it's my cooking is my best artistic adventure. Or whatever
yes.
I think some things are, not artistically pleasing, but art has a way of conveying an inner reality into something that other people can see and appreciate. So I thought today I will give you a little bit of a background about where I came from and how I found myself in art, which is, frankly, I think finding my voice took a lifetime, and it's still taking a lifetime. I will have a birthday at the end of the month. I'll be 69. So, it's been a kind of a long process of finding who I am, and I'm still not quite sure I know who, but I was born in Israel, in Jerusalem, Israel, in 1953. I have a very interesting family. My father's family came from Kurdistan in northern Iraq. I won't go into this whole story. I made a wonderful video about my father, and you can watch it on YouTube, on my channel, YouTube/Kira Folks. And I made a video about my dad, Shalom Abba. My father was one of the founding fathers of Israel, and he fought for integration in the schools. Israel at the time was sort of segregated between European Jews and Middle Eastern Jews. And so he brought, those two elements together with integrating the school system. That was a big thing. you can listen to the whole story on my channel. I
Yes,
kind
ma'am.
of lost my voice when I was a teenager, and my brothers found my diary and my poems, and they made fun of me. And my father said at the time, "Don't ever write things that you don't want other people to read." And I think that
Hmm.
really kind of uh, left a huge impression on me. And I didn't find my writing voice until my father passed away in 1994. He was only 61 years old. It was a big loss. And at the time, I was asked by members of the parliament to give a eulogy about him. So I spoke in front of, many people. And later on, just a few days later, I had a dream that my father said, "I put those words in your mouth, but now it's up to you to go ahead." It was a very profound dream for me. And since then, I found my writing voice. My writing voice is really more in poetry, because poetry to me is more the most concise way of writing. You take imagery and you put it in small worlds to make a big impact. So I like it short and concise. So that's my voice in my writing voice. But I started art, when I was a child. I like to draw and things like that. But when I moved to America, I came here in 1971. I was only 18 years old. And talk about finding a voice. I didn't even speak English. So it was a process, coming to America. It was a very lonely, scary situation. And I did go to school. So that helped me find skills, whether it's first learning English, uh, or then I went to school and I studied graphic arts. And immediately as I was doing that, I found a job. And that honed in Transparency Season Limited, and that honed my skills. So there are really two elements to art. You have to have skill, whether it's uh, writing skills or painting skills or
Wow.
music skills. Uh, and then you have to have something to say. What are those skills doing for you? So for a long time, it wasn't that I was expressing myself personally. I was really doing more skill things for other people in commercial art. My big breakthrough came in as an artist when I was going through my divorce in 1997
Wow.
to 2000. And that's when I found my painting skills. I would send my kids to, my husband left, and it was very scary. And I would send my kids to school, and I would take big canvases and just take all my frustrations out. I like to paint women because ultimately I think they express me. I don't know if you can see one of my paintings in the back here. Can you see
Yes,
that?
yeah, and I can. Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Also, yeah. So here, for example, I've been making prints of um, my of large paintings that I have done over the years. So that was really the time when I just for 2 or 3 years I just painted furiously, and most of my paintings are really about women and the expression. I think of my style as expressive, not so much in the style of expressiveness, because my style kind of changes as I go along, but it's more in the emotion that the characters that I paint express. I remember when my kids were little and I was painting, this was in Chicago, one of my Asaf's friends came to visit, and I had all my paintings hanging around the house. It was like a museum. And Adam came to visit, and he went from painting to painting to painting, and he was looking. He said, "Mrs. Folks, I can tell millions of stories from each painting." And to me, this was such a moment of acknowledgement that what I do is not just, doesn't just speak to me, but it speaks to at the time he was, I think, 12 or 14 years old. So it spoke to someone younger and you know, of a different background. And that was such what is the word? Empowering to me, that, you know, yes, what I do is not just a hobby, but it has an effect. I think art in its essence is self-expression, is what you bring from inside of you, but it has an element that is universal, that what I say in, let's say, my poetry speak here in California speaks to you in Nigeria. What you say speaks to someone in China, because we're all, I think, despite all the differences that keep us apart and unhappy in the world, there are so many things that are in common. And so my
Yes.
experience, you know, while thousands of miles away, can speak to somebody else, you know, and give them some kind of a you know, and so I forgot my words.
It's
English
fine.
is
It's fine. It's all right. It's fine.
Anyway, so when I moved to California in 2000, I met a wonderful woman, Margaret Burke, who at the time was had a big book. Oh, I'm sorry, I forget my words now. Oh my goodness.
Fine, ma. You're doing fine. You're doing fine. We are
Oh,
listening attentively. It's awesome. The story is wonderful, ma.
she had a book club uh, uh, program, Roundtable West. She started it at the Ambassador Hotel when, after Kennedy was assassinated, and they brought her to kind of revamp the hotel. So I helped her with with inviting authors and having events in Palm Springs and in Beverly Hills, and that started my journey in book publishing. And a few years later, I worked for a book publisher here in Santa Ana, and we published many books, from children books to, this was I don't know if you can say, Journey to Justice was a biography of a person
Okay.
who was jailed for 13 years for a crime he didn't commit. I designed the cover for it. You can see John Grisham wrote the accompany book. He loved my cover, so I was very happy. So I discovered my skills as a publisher and as a book designer while I was working for the publisher here in Santa Ana. And that was a huge leap for me, because up until now, when I was studying graphic arts years ago, it was all by hand. And suddenly the world changed and it was all digital. And for me, I get scared. Oh my God, I don't want to try. I'm too, you know, I get comfortable in my own little niche, and I do. Luckily, God gave me a very talented son who not only helps me, but pushes me all the time to try something new. So I learned how to do book design, and that was a wonderful, wonderful, freeing experience. I did fictions and picture books, and so that was a big thing. And then the publisher closed his business, and I opened my own business. So that was another big leap to, how do, in all those years that I did publishing, I helped other people express their voices. And so that was a leap. I also published Judge Gray's book. He was a vice president, nominee for president of the United States from the Libertarian Party. So, it was a wonderful way to meet people and so on. Then this
Yes,
year,
ma'am.
I found my voice, and I published my own book, A Boy in the Box, which I actually wrote 22 years ago. And this book sat in my computer for 22 years because I was too afraid to publish it. So sometimes you have the vehicles to express, but something else stops you. So I was very, very, very pleased that finally I am a published publisher. So now, on the other side of my life, my son, speaking about finding your voice, my son Asaf is a musician, but he didn't grow up as a musician. He liked music. He went to school at Denison University, and in his first year, his roommate was from Cape Verdes, and he was into hip hop. And Asaf found his voice through hip hop. He built a little recording studio at his room in his dormitory and started from nothing. When he came to California, he worked with me at the book publisher for a year. And my boss had an extra office space. And Asaf said, "Mom, I really want to try my passion. I really want to see if I can do a recording studio." And for me, that was such a touching moment, because I think that people who pursue their passion, first of all, are happy people. And people who are happy in doing what they do every day are successful people. And everything that Asaf has done in the recording studio since then is all self-taught. And he really, built a world-renowned studio from his determination and persistence. And this is another thing that I would like to emphasize. We always have dreams. I want to be this, I want to be that, I want to, but it takes a lot of every day. You have got to do something to get that dream to become true. It doesn't, no one will come and knock on your door, to give you your dream. Your dream is yours to bring it from inside you, but it takes a lot of hard work. And there are days when you think like, what am I doing? And why am I doing? But don't give up. And also always surround yourself with people who encourage you, who give you that impetus to try, harder. to keep moving and find your voice. Find your voice. How did I find my voice? I found my voice through from life. When I was going through the divorce, I painted my women. I wrote poetry. My poetry was very sad at the time. It was about breakup, about children, about, families that don't work. And today, years later, I found another voice in my poetry. I fell in love after so many years. So now my poetry is more about love. So it's like, different time. different stages in life gives you different things to speak about. But always
Yes, exactly.
know that your voice is specific to you, and it is something that no one else can bring to the world. Be proud. Be proud of who you are. Be proud of being special. Um, and always, do your best. Doing your best and staying in the game. There are many days when I wake up and I think, oh, I wish. But at the end of the day, I am so happy that I have done all the many different things that got me to the bottom of the day that did not exist at the beginning. So what else can I tell you? How are we doing on my time?
That's so awesome. Yes. Actually, I was about sending you a message in our private chat that is almost about, and you really love value here, ma. You need to see the comment section. The comment
Oh,
section is
I'm
really
looking.
loaded with.
Oh my God. Oh, thank you so much. I have to tell everyone, I see you on LinkedIn, and I have been on LinkedIn for, I think, since 2010, because most of it I did for my authors. I would put their articles and their books and whatever. I never really engaged on LinkedIn until last year. And one of the reasons was you.
Wow.
And that really opened up my life a lot more. I met such incredible, wonderful people, including you. And so I think for all of you, I can't read all the comments. I will read them in a little bit. Stay in the game. Be proud of yourself, and always think, how can I leave this world a little bit better than when I came in? That's it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. I was almost getting teary when you started speaking. I don't know. Maybe it was just that's a reflex. However, you sharing your story is very vital to the information that is aspiration that is really passed across to the audience. Myself, I've been really inspired. And for example, key thing you really said when you started the session, and it was the fact that the first thing God did when He created the world was own voice, and basically in the image of God. So if God Himself found out to find His voice, and He spoke His voice, so we have to find our own voice and actually speak it out.
Yes.
So it's a redefinition for me. I'm sure everyone is so happy. So if you have really learned a lot from Mom Kira tonight, just type in the comment on value. Mama Kira value. Mama Kira value. Let's celebrate. Let's celebrate.
Thank you, and I
And
value all of
she's really
you.
done. Thank you, ma.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma. Thank you, ma. So, we just want you to still hang around because I'm sure definitely some people will have questions for you, but we want to be able to call guys so that we'll now have the time for questions. answers, then we'll now be able to do these questions to you. So please still hang around with us. In just a short while, we'll call on you for
Absolutely.
questions.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Bye
Thank you.
for now.
For now.
So please let the comment section for Mommy Kira. She has done awesomely well. She really burst our brains with the value she exuded. So we cannot but celebrate the fact that we someone 69 years age. So if they come to LinkedIn and be like this and this and this, and the fact that at 69 self, the person is actually, if you're in Nigeria, you will say the person is, I don't want to use the word, but we'll say the person is, and maybe the person doesn't understand the digital economy, the digital space. It's all like that. But here is Mom Kira. Tell your grandparents that is line. That is your voice. You know, they can still do awesome on this platform. So the next person to join the show is Coach B. The next person we have is Coach B. I'll have her join the show now. I'm trying to get her to join. Coach B. Hello, ma, please, can you join in now? Can you join in now?
Sorry?
Can you join in now?
Are you sending to me? Or is it the one I used in the morning?
Yes, the same one. So, Coach B taking us through. Sorry, okay. Please, moments. I'm trying to get some. Can you hear me, everyone? Okay, okay. I don't know. I think my system trying to. So right now, we are supposed to be having walk us through storytelling, the path of becoming viral. That's so inspiring, be impactful, stay in the game, find your voice, never give up. Yes, that is an awesome summary, Esther. We, I don't know, she's not yet joined. She's trying to get this is going a lot. Should I say beyond me? Something. I think we'll just go for. I think we'll just have to go for. Is Dr. Fitz? I'm sorry, I'm trying to get this stuff to actually work. So I don't know if you can still hear me. Please just drop a word, just drop a note in the comment section if you can still hear me. If you can hear me, drop a note in the comment. Elizabeth, are you here? Okay. I've not seen Coach B join us yet, so I think I'll bring Dr. Faith instead. I think Dr. Faith is with us. I think Dr. Faith is with us. So, Dr. Faith is the president of YouthUp Global. Okay. He's the president of YouthUp Global, and he's someone who has actually inspired me. I've really benefited from Dr. Faith, and he inspires me a lot and still will inspire me. In fact, things I've learned from him are oh, okay. I think my network reception is really backward. Things I've learned from him are very to my growth here on LinkedIn so far. Yeah, I believe we are back on now. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Hello? 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 Can you hear me now? Oh, thank God. Thank God. This was wrong on me. So we will not allow network or anything to affect the mind. Ah, I was so disturbed. What's your name? I was about introducing Dr. Faith Nwaobia. Thank God, thankfully he's here with us. And Dr. Faith Nwaobia. I'm so sorry. I need to really apologize. I didn't know what happened. My system just practically, I mean the web, it stopped working here, and then other tabs were open, and then but it stopped working. I had to close the tab. I think it was due to the volume of people who were with me on the call. However, I think we are fine now, and I believe we are fine now. I pray this doesn't repeat itself. So thank you so much for sticking with me to now, stuck to now. And I was about introducing Dr. Faith Nwaobia. Dr. Faith Nwaobia is actually the president of YouthUp Global. And then if you're conversant with Dr. Faith, you know he's someone who is someone of value, someone who is someone that is transformational. He is actually a pioneer of, not like a pioneer, he really is all about the XDGs goals, and then he has been pushing it. That's why he's really pushing with his brand, the YouthUp Global brand. And he talks about sustainability and then a lot of stuff. So it was from Dr. Faith I learned about the 3 C's, and then those are the secrets he's going to be sharing with us tonight. So tonight, Dr. Faith will be telling us how to be viral and significant, and they'll be giving us the 3 codes of being viral and significant. However, let me just stop here, and then let's all welcome Dr. Faith Nwaobia as he takes on and then lead us through what we did, what he has for us today. Let's bring him on board. Let's bring him on board.
Awesome.
Hello, sir.
Yes, hello. Then confirm that you can hear me and I'm loud and clear.
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Amazing, amazing. I'm so excited to be here.
Yes.
And I believe within the few minutes I'm going to spend with you guys, it's going to be a whole lot of value. I'm going to gain value, you're going to gain value, and all of us will be impacted at the end of our section. Thank you for that quick introduction. My name is Faith Nwaobia. I am a social entrepreneur. I am a social analyst, B2B growth strategist. I love youth development. I'm so passionate about young people. How we would help young people become their best versions. Particular about building empowerment platforms, which is why we are leading an organization, a social enterprise, a fast-growing social enterprise, YouthUp Global, that is in the business of developing human capital, connecting social impactful opportunities, and building empowerment platforms for youth globally, especially for youth in developing countries. But this is not just about YouthUp Global today. This is about viral and significant and the 3 codes. So we're going to spend a few minutes together, to discuss highlights of what it means to have significance, even though you are gaining some visibility and becoming a viral author or a content creator. It's very important that I'm excited to take up this topic because a few weeks ago I wrote a post that tried to differentiate what we should regard as being writing a viral post and a vital post. So there is a different thing between having to have a viral post and a post that is vital. And I think that is where we have that significance. So I think as content creators, as authors, and people that are building to become authorities in their various fields, there is need for us to cultivate the habit of putting out content that have value, that are important, that are of significance. I do not have problem with you sharing videos of a cat pursuing a dog or a dog pursuing a cat. I don't have a problem with that. It comes from time to time, but we should not just see it as the only thing that you give a community. You need to, of course, build content that would impact people, that will make a difference in people's life. And that is where we are going to so much become. So, because of course, we've seen some of these funny videos that gain 8,000, 9,000, 10,000 likes and engagement. So it's as if these things are being put out there to gather these engagements, to gather these likes, but then it doesn't have much of this, much of the value and significance that we look out for. So we also need to balance it, like it's been said, not all that glitters is gold, but every gold will glitter, right? So there is need for us to also know that being a viral post doesn't mean that it's not vital. So that we can balance the two. We can have a viral post at the same time, a vital or a post with significance, or building an authority, being an authority within with value base more. I also want to highlight that we should begin to redefine what it means to be a viral author, or authority, or a thought leader in your field. We need not to be so keen about how many likes, if it is having 1,000 likes, 500 likes, 200, 100. A post can have 10 likes, and for me, we can define it as being viral if it impacts life, if it makes someone to change a mindset, to move from a particular mindset to another mindset, to have a paradigm shift, kind of. So it should be more of quality than quantity. So when we write posts, we need not to be so keen. Of course, there is need for us to be looking out for, of course, support is important, that people get to support you, engage on your posts. Everybody likes it, that you end up having massive likes, massive comments, but that's not the whole thing. The whole thing is, the most important thing is, what value am I giving out, am I dishing out? Who is this post touching? Is it inspiring somebody to want to go out there to make a difference? So these are the things that we need to be so keen and concerned about. I'm going to talk to you about 3 codes. For me, I call them the 3 C's of social networking. I've put a book on this. It's on Kobo Store. It's selling on Kobo Store. It's called the 3 C's of social networking, your professional guide to maximize the power of LinkedIn. You could look out for the ebook. It's available for you to have on the Kobo Store. If you also approach me, sometimes I also dish it out for free, to support my people. So the 3 C's are the things that we're going to discuss within the 3 codes of building significance, even as you build yourself as a viral author or as an authority in your field. The first thing that we must do when we are starting off, especially in the era that we have today, the digital era, the social media era that we find ourselves, is that you must start by connecting with people. And then connecting, that is the first C. The first C is connect. But then you have to connect strategically. You have to be intentional about the people that you connect. So when you're online, when you open, the first time that you open your LinkedIn account, of course, this is whole. This community is much more for people within the LinkedIn community. I also know that we are also in other platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. But of course, for LinkedIn, we know that is the biggest social networking platform professionally. So we have to base most of our examples within LinkedIn. So once you open your account, your LinkedIn account, the first thing that you want to start doing is to start building your network, right? Like they said, your network is your network. So you need to know the kind of people you want to connect with. So you start by first connecting with the right community, with the right audience, and building your network strategically. So you need to be strategic with people that you're going to connect with. These people that I'm connecting with, how would they impact my life? Would they support my mission? Would they help me in my career path or my business vision? Okay, will I also find my voice within this community that I'm building? So you need to be intentional about, because it starts that way. Your community building, people that end up becoming your community, starts with you sending connection requests. So it's not just about throwing connection requests up and down. It's about you sitting down and defining what is it that you really want that has brought you up to LinkedIn, and what you actually want to start engaging people. So I will also advise that we also advise often that if you see someone that you so much love, best thing that you will do is to follow them. There is a follow button. As of course, you can start seeing their posts often, start engaging, start commenting, and then you start building that bond. With time, you could send a connection. Of course, sometimes they could also come to you first before you by sending that connection request. So it starts with connect, but you have to connect strategically. The next thing which you're going to do, which is the second C in the three C's, is contribute. And that is where you do a whole lot of work. You need to do so much within the second C, which is contribute, because contribute means what is it that you are doing? What are you bringing to the table? What is the value that you're giving? Because here you should know that value attracts value. So what you sow is what you get to reap. What you plant is what you get to harvest. So we must be intentional about making valuable contributions in people's life. You have connected with these people. How are you making their lives better? What content are you putting out? And then how do you also support? There are different ways to support people and contribute in people's life on social media, especially like LinkedIn. How much time have you taken to celebrate people, talk about them? There is no law that says you cannot call out someone on a positive sense. I've been monitoring this person, and I think it's someone that you want to engage with, and then you can engage with the person. You can open a discussion with the person. That sort of thing is very, very advisable that you do, and you must also be intentional about how much value you bring, and what contributions that you're going to bring to people's life. And that goes with comments. I see a lot of people make comments, and then they are not strategic about their kind of comments. Of course, you are a job seeker and you're interested in a particular employer. There is need for you to also be strategic about the kind of replies you make, and then how you go about bringing out information, and then tagging people where necessary, and celebrating them and commending them, and also making recommendations and referring opportunities. So there is no need to hoard opportunities when you have them on social media. You need to share. People need to know that coming to you, you have something to offer, that they would gain something following you or connecting with you. So for you to think about what to contribute. So whenever we talk about contribute, people will be thinking, how do I contribute? I don't have money. It's not all about money. Nobody has asked you to give money at the moment, but you need to understand the three T's. Whenever I talk about contribute, I say, remember your three T's. The first T is time. You can contribute time. That is another way you could. That's why we talk so much about volunteering at YouthUp Global. In our family, we talk so much about volunteering. How much you use your time, to volunteer towards a cause that you believe in. You also can contribute your talent, which is your skill. So you can actually give your skill towards a cause and supporting a mission or a vision. So these are areas you can contribute in people's life. Someone could be struggling to design the graphics, and you know how to, and maybe you've seen the person struggle around their graphics, and you could just up and say, I think I can help you. Let me support you with few graphics, and then you can do that. It's not the time that you ask for money, and the person will not forget. So there are so many things you could do for people, in trying to support them in this aspect of making contributions. And then you also the last T, which is treasure, is the money aspect of it. So I started by talking about time, talent, and then treasure, which is the money aspect. You can also support people by giving them monetary support in one form or the other. So within this second C is very key that for you to build significance as an authority, as someone that is coming to build a brand, leveraging any media, social media, you need to be able to contribute in people's life, add value in their life, and that is being intentional about what do I bring that will make my community want to have more of me. Then after you've done good, after you've done well or good contribution within the second C, as we've said, adding value, the next thing that you need to do in becoming an authority with significance is communicate. That's the last C. You need to learn how to communicate. A lot of people struggle to talk about what they need. There are ways that you would discuss what you need and it's off. So you see some persons on LinkedIn and they need a job, they're looking for a job and they will be like, I really desperately need a job. Somebody should please help me. No problem. It's a content that you have put out there. But let me tell you what will happen. What will happen is that you likely may not get the kind of response that you would want in terms of value. So what do? I think what you would do rather is to start by, first and foremost, if you want to communicate that you need a job. If I want to go that way, I would say, if I want to go by way of telling people that I need a job, I think I will talk about things that I have done so far, appreciating the platform LinkedIn, that the network that I have. Okay, I'm so glad for this platform. I've been able to connect with amazing people. And then I've done this. Okay, last time I volunteered and I gained these skills. I was able to do this. At the moment, I am looking out for an opportunity. If anyone has one, please make a recommendation and refer to me. These are my skill set, and then you list them. I think it's much better way of communicating your need than sounding so desperate. Some people, it can work for them. It is not to say that what I'm telling you that if you want to come and begin to shout and say, I need a job, somebody should help me. Maybe somebody will also see it and wants to help. But what we're talking about is something that we have seen, that we know that you could try and that has also worked, that you could be intentional and that you could be professional about how you go about communicating your need. As much as you have contributed, and then you are able to, because value attracts value, and then what you're doing now is to call back the values because you have already given value. I think that's what we need to understand in trying to build. That's the three codes in trying to build. And then please do not harass people, do not spam people. These are things that we've seen on social media, especially LinkedIn. You sign up an account to start asking for, I need a job, please hire me. I don't have a problem you sending me that. If I have a job and it's available and you meet the skill set, why not? I would love to help. But there are better ways to communicate. How about you taking your time for some time, engaging on my posts, and then engaging and then being available within my feed, and then you come to my DM and say, hello, Faith, I've been following your content, amazing, and I've gained so thing. And at the moment, I'm looking out for an opportunity in case you have one or that you have any of your network that could assist. Please, I really need a job, and these are my skill sets. And I'm also, I will also want to drop my CV if you want to ask. Thank you very much. And then that's once I'm reading that kind of message and I come to where you say, I've gained value from and I've been following your comments and I've been engaging with you. Now I'll go back to my feed and check some of my posts and begin to scan around you. Sometimes we do these things, and then you begin to see that people will actually go and verify what you say. And once you can link it that this person has actually done this that you said you've done, there is already a relationship. You already have bonded. That is the power of value, adding value in people's life. It helps your communication level. It makes you not to struggle so much to communicate to that which you need. So once we are able to go with these three codes, this is a vast topic. It's a book. We could do so much talk around this. We could spend a whole time talking about how the strategies to um, connecting strategically, and then how you should be able to contribute, and at what stage should you start communicating your needs. Don't be too quick to join LinkedIn and start harassing people and start sending messages to their inbox. You are only going to get frustrated at some point, and you want to say LinkedIn doesn't work. But I think if you have done the right things by first and foremost taking your time to build what we call social identity and social currency, and leaving a positive digital footprint for yourself, those are the things that will attract the kind of value that you're looking out for. I think I have to pause here because I'm sure there are a whole lot of speakers that has to talk. I will still stay by. And in case there are questions for me, I'm here to take them. Back to you, Ododo. Thank you very much.
Hey, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for that very, very insightful session. Please, if you gain value, please drop in the comment section value, 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 value. I'm sure you people already have seen what the three C's are. Number one is connect, number two is contribute, and contribute carried children, three children: your time, your talents, and then
Treasure.
your treasure.
Treasure.
Yes, that is your money. And then
Yeah.
we have the last C, which is communicate. So that is the good code to being viral and significant. You see, before you go, sir, I was talking with someone about yesterday, and like, a lot of people, they just come and then they come to my DMs. They have a GoFundMe account, and they come to my DMs and they're trying to look for funds, and I'm like, wait. I go check their accounts. Have you been giving out value? Number one, have you developed a relationship with me before now? Number two, the number three, have you like a lot of stuff, like some people just jump everything. They don't connect, they don't contribute, they just want to communicate that, hey, I need help, can you find me a job, and those kind of stuff. And because we are humans, and then I'm beginning to feel very, very bad for not helping them. But definitely, I believe a lot of people have gained value from what you shared right here. And I hope and I desire that everyone who have joined and then have gotten the understanding, they will change the way they actually communicate, and then they actually do things from now henceforth. So thank you so much for the session, sir. God bless you, sir.
Thank you kindly for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. So very soon we'll be having our questions, and we'll bring you back on board for you to help us
I'm
answer
stand
those questions.
by. I'm stand by.
Yes, yes, sir. Okay,
Carry
so
on.
let us celebrate Dr. Faith as he steps down the stage. Let us celebrate him.
Kindly. Appreciate it.
So before I bring up moderator to introduce let me on my torchlight. These people, these NEPA people, now God, you get down. Yes. Before I bring on the moderator, that is the person of Elizabeth Adepoju, to carry on with the event proper, I want to make a note of apology for make note of the absence of Coach B. Coach B is currently indisposed. She tried her best to be here, but she couldn't just withstand the pressure from a kind of a little bit of illness. So let's just pray for her that she gets well soon, and then everything she recuperate faster. So that is the news for now. Coach B is quite indisposed. We just pray for her health. Then with that said, let me bring on Elizabeth Adepoju to just do kind of walkthrough of what Dr. Faith had done, and then also invite our last speaker for the show before the question and answer section. So let's celebrate Elizabeth as we bring her in. Elizabeth, welcome on board. Welcome on board. Hello. Hello, Elizabeth. It's a little breaking, it's a little cracky. More Nigerian network can frustrate some. May God have mercy on us. I can see Mommy Kira looking at like what is happening. Don't mind us in Nigeria. We have network glitches. Elizabeth, oh God, I guess. Can you join? Can you leave and join again? Oh God, God, God. Nigerian network is going to be all good. I'm actually using a Wi-Fi. That is why it's as if I'm not actually so affected. Wait, and that too. So I'll be bringing in the man, a very massive individual. He's from South Africa, and this man is the founder of Pro Yes, he's a very massive individual. Lucy Madio Simaho. Lucy Madio Simaho. So this man, let me say, this man of God is a man of value. Is value. Like he is going to, this the focus of this session is to walk you through how you can go about becoming an authoritative creator. All right, and then we said we are looking at number one, we are looking at creators, we are looking at book authors. Number three, we are looking at business professionals and anyone who is looking to build a brand. So we have started with creators. Kira Fox has told us how we can come and get and find our voices, and then the nitty-gritty of doing that. She said you just have to discover it, and she gave us the insight of the first thing God did when he created the world was to find his voice, and he created the world. All right, so she has walked us through that. Then Dr. Faith has shown us how to actually go about being viral and significant. Actually, there's a break in line there. Miss Blessing, Coach B, was supposed to come and show us the part of being viral, all right? But I think I'll walk us through that after Lucy Madio's session. So Dr. Faith has shown us that it is not just about the number of likes you get it, it's also about how significant you are. And so he gave us three codes, and those codes, I'm sure you're going to be utilizing them very importantly now. Connecting, contributing, other contributing, you're contributing your time, you're contributing your treasure, you're contributing your talent. Then also the last one was communicating. So those are the three levels. Then we now have those ones are basically addressed creators. And then they talked a little bit about anyone who is looking to build a brand, and then they also talked anyone who is looking to build significance, rather. Yes, where Dr. Fake came in with viral and significant, and then also business professionals are kind of being addressed. Content creation on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is basically targeting business professionals. Now, the man, Lucy Madiho Simao, is going to come and show us, and he's going to come and address book authors. He's going to come and tell us what it takes. In fact, this topic is a very wonderful topic. The topic is the best-selling book. So now he's going to show us through what a best-selling or the best-selling book is from a different perspective. And I'm telling you, this perspective is going to change your entire conception of things. And I just want you to get, as I said, your jotters ready. See my own pen here. I have it intact. So I'm jotting. So make sure you're jotting, and then you are taking insight from the session. So let's all raise up our hands and start welcoming our man, the man Nusimadio Simao. Let's please bring him aboard. Please type in the chat box. Welcome, sir. Welcome, sir. Welcome, sir. Let's welcome him. Let's welcome him. Fire, fire, value, 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 value. Another welcome,
Thank you,
sir.
thank you, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Can you all hear me very well?
Yes, yes, we can.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for the invitation, first of all. You are a big man, you know. That's what we say, you are a big man in a small body.
Thank you.
Okay, so that's a very nice thing. Just to reintroduce myself quickly, I'm Lucy Madusima, okay? And I just met Jenu, I can say weeks ago, you know,
Yes.
and the connection was so great that we, you know, got to talk and he invited me straight away, like with no excuse, no time. Straight away, I got an invitation, come and speak on the board. And I'm really honored to be part of this moment, and I really want to share some value with you guys. Okay, I hope I have time now.
Welcome, sir.
Can I go for
Yes,
it?
yes, you are. Yes, boss.
Okay, okay, fantastic. So this is what's gonna happen here. Okay, I only have 15 minutes, but I'm gonna be very short and very quick because I have also to go for work. Okay, so this is what's gonna happen. Uh, I want to share something here. If you guys would like to get any, like you have a doubt or you don't understand what I'm trying to say or I'm very fast, just write in the comments, and so I can be a little bit slow. Okay, so this is what's gonna happen. The topic is the best-selling book. Why I would like to talk about this best-selling book. Okay, my point is I just want to give to you guys few keys on how you can really write a great book, because when people talk about best-selling book, they only focus on how many, you know, how many copies the person have written. But on my perspective of the best selling book or the best book ever is not on how many copies you sell, but it is on the quality of the content inside the book. Okay, so I wanna first touch on the point of when you say that I want to write a book. It's very good that people decide to write a book. You wanna bring your ideas down, okay? But the first thing that you need to think about is how can you bring your thoughts, okay, what you have in your thoughts, and you want to bring it to a book. You want to bring it to something that is written that people can read it and understand what you have inside you. Okay, that's a very important thing because not everybody is able to bring their thoughts to or write their thoughts in a paper. Okay, so the thing is, you just need to understand that the ability of writing a book, you putting in like, your thoughts in a book, you need to be really skillful. You need to be really knowledgeable. It's not just write and write. Okay, so the first point is there is two things that you have to understand when you're writing a book. Two things. If you want to put your thoughts on a book, on the paper, okay, for people to understand, first thing you need to mind about is yourself. Your personality is very important. When it takes your personality, your abilities, your skills, your capacities, maybe your academics also can be included in this. But you need to take account of everything. So make sure that you understand your limitations in terms of intellectual. You don't just want to write a book that people will say, wow, it's a nice book. But you want to write a book that people can understand and relate to it. So you have to mind about your intellectual limitations. If you can't write a very high or highly intellectual book, write a book that goes, that matches your intellectual. Write a book that is on your level of intelligence or on your level of, of social level, if I can say. Do not write a book, no, do not try to write a book that is above your level of intellectuality. Okay? That's the first thing. So this will enable you to be comfortable in the process and enjoy it. Okay, because some people, when you want to write something to, like, you want to amaze people, you want to make people feel like, wow, this guy or this lady or this gentleman is very intelligent and very formal. That will not help you, because if you are not on that level, you will not write that. You will make a lot of mistakes, and people will not understand what you are bringing out. So you have to consider, first of all, your limit in terms of intellectuality. And the second point, I'm going very fast because I don't have a lot of time. The second point is you need to mind about the internal side of the book. The internal side of the book, when I say internal side of the book, I don't just mean the structure of the book. I don't just mean that you need to start an introduction, then you have development, then you have conclusion. I'm not meaning this. What I mean is you need to mind about how you compile your idea in the book. Okay, so this is what you have to think about. First, you need to be very, very careful. Okay, on the first thing is what we call the language that you bring your thoughts. Okay, the thoughts in the book. How do you, or which language do you have to use in order to bring your thoughts in the book? Okay, some people are not very good with let's say English, for example. Then don't write the book in English. If you're not very good in French, for example, don't write the book in French because you're gonna make a lot of mistakes. So better write your put your thoughts in the writing or in the book in a language that is gonna be easy for you to explore and to express yourself, because it's all about your personality that has to be in there. It's all about you that has to be in the book. It makes the book personal, and it doesn't look like you are copying past. Or maybe you read somebody's book that's related to your book, and then you just copying past. So you have to bring it to your own language, your own level of understanding, and you write it in a way that first of all you understand and will relate to the people that you are writing to. Okay, the second thing you need to mind about is the transliterations. When I mean about transliterations in the book, I mean those words that you cannot traduce, you cannot translate, or you cannot change. Okay, and there might be words that you use in order to express a concept or something that is hidden that you want to open up. Okay, there might be a traditional word or cultural word. Okay, so you must not translate that. You need to keep it the way it is, because this is how it will relate to the people who will be reading it. Okay, so transliteration is very important. Keep the words the way they are. It will help you to communicate something to the people who are going to read it. Okay, and they will be able to understand what you are talking about and be also able to do research on themselves. The other thing that when if you want to do a really great book and you want to write a great material, okay, you need to mind also about concept. That's very important. Well, for people who have done theology, we call it hermeneutics or exegesis. Okay, so you need to understand those things. There are words that you need to go deep in the concept in order to bring it up and make it clear for people to understand what you are talking about. So if you do not clear the words, or you have not a good understanding of the principles of the concepts that you are actually using in the book, people will not understand what you're talking about. And remember, if certain words that you are using maybe in your book, they are from a different culture or from a different language, and you want to bring it to your language, remember, people people in different culture have different views and different understanding of the same words. So you need to focus on the original in order to bring it to understanding to the people that you are writing the book for. Okay, so this is very important. Transliteration. tr- uh, 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 as I said, you need to mind about the language, you need to mind about the transliteration, you need to mind about the hermeneutics for theologians, or the concepts. Okay, the concept, the true meaning. Go deep in the meaning of the concept. That's very important. So your book needs to be clean and clear. Otherwise, it's not going to make sense, and people will read it. Maybe people will buy it because the cover is beautiful. There was a great marketing, and people bought it. Okay, so it doesn't necessarily qualifies your book as a best-selling or a great book just because you sold a lot, because it might have been sold because of the cover or because of the amount or the quality of the marketing. But when people read it, they don't really find your personality, and they don't really find themselves in their tradition, their culture, and their language. So it's very important to mind about those things. So to finish up, okay, but don't have more time. To finish up, when you writing a book, okay, think as if you are God. Okay, think as if you are God, and you want people in the world to know your thoughts, to know what you actually want them to know. Okay, your secrets, and everything is in their brain. Everything is in your thoughts, and you want to bring it to people to read it and to understand what you actually have inside you. How would you do that? What would be the process that you will be using? Okay, so it's very, very important. This is something that even God uses when when he was giving the knowledge about the Bible, giving the Bible to people. That's very important. Okay, so you have to research, okay, about your book, about the topic you want to do, everything. Do a research, which is one of the last things that I can actually say. Okay, do research on your book, read books that are related to your books or to your topic that you want to develop or you want to write. Uh, you know, get in debates, talk with people, chat with people, find places where you can explore and get knowledge from other people. Otherwise, it will be a difficult task for you to bring yourself or to bring your understanding to the book or in the form of writing. Okay. I hope everybody have understood what I just said. If uh, maybe I say something that just passed over. Did somebody understand what I'm saying? If you are
Yes,
picking up,
yes, yes.
I would like you to manifest. Am I being too
Yes,
fast
we
or am I?
did. No, no, we did. Hey, God.
It's all good?
This one, I'm coming. I'm coming. Yes, we actually got a lot of value from that, bro, sir. We got a lot of value from that. Thank you so much for sharing with us. One thing that stood out for me is the fact that
Yes.
the content of the book, like we discussed the other day, the content of the book actually has to be something that is very, very. It has a meaning with the author himself, so that as
Yes.
he passes it across, he's passing a meaning across to his readers. So just like Dr. Faith said in his own session, it's just like you are not just you're not just selling this thing because it's going to sell, just because he wants to create something best selling, just because you want to create
Yes.
something viral in quotes. You are creating something that is of essence. All right, something that is of essence. That's what we're talking about here. So it is so very vital. Thank you so much for your time, brother. I really appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much. So just hang around in a bit. We'll be bringing you on for questions soon, because a lot of people have questions they want to ask, and then let me bring Elizabeth on board. So let's celebrate Mr. Lucimadio as he leaves the stage for a while before we invite him back. Let's celebrate him. Let's celebrate him in the comment section. Hey Elizabeth, what's up? I don't know your voice. Your audio is not coming out. Your audio. Oh God, your network has gone down here again. Your network has gone down here again. Okay, it's back on. It's back on. It's back on. There's a lot here. The network is not impressing. Is not is so okay. Anyways, okay. So I guess we have to just quickly pull off because we are about ending, and um, we are still trying to get Elizabeth to have a network fixed. So just as a bonus session before we go into the questions and answers, someone have actually reached out to me on WhatsApp for ask the question. I believe LinkedIn people are already typing their questions. I'm not seeing it on this broadcasting channel here. Let me go to LinkedIn to check your questions. The questions from LinkedIn. So has actually reached out to me for questions. Writing based on your intellectual capacity, spot on. Awesome. That is from Olamide Manuel. Uh, uh, let me, so what that is about. Uh, that is beautiful, a beautiful contribution. So what? Because like I said, Coach B, Blessing Ododo Inoghie, who is supposed to show us storytelling, the key storytelling, the path to being viral. Yes, the path to becoming viral. She's supposed to show us that, and she's actually exposed at the moment, like I said. So, but a tip of what I know about storytelling just to do with telling stories using the words again. But that is the best way I could explain it. Storytelling basically means telling stories. So whatever it is, the real pathway for it, especially as regards LinkedIn, as regards your being a creator, you have to just keep telling stories. You have to find a way you tell your story, and that was why we first of all treat finding your voice. You can tell your own stories by writing. You can tell your stories through poetry. You can tell your stories video creation, through audio creation. You just have to find how you want to tell your stories. However, storytelling is key to building and becoming viral. All right. So, and telling entails you actually coming out and talking about your experiences as they have, just like Kira Shimoni Fox. When she came, she told us of how she is 69 years old, and I already said the date, May Tadema, and she told us how she saw through the time she was challenged when her brothers discovered a personal diary of poems, and it's basically a story. So, and usually it is not supposed to be ad, especially as LinkedIn. You just have to come out and write write your content the way you would have come out to tell us the story if it had happened. So in terms of storytelling, what really helps to act the process is that you want to bring in a tone of vulnerability from time to time. It kind of helps people to relate with you on a better level. However, I trust and Coach B, I will find a way. Probably will try to have a recorded session from Coach B, and would relay maybe tomorrow, before tomorrow. But let's see how this goes. So now we can now move and then go ahead to the to the to the what's it called, to the questions and answer. So if on LinkedIn and you have a series of questions, can I see, please, can I see your hands up? Can I see your questions in the comment box? I'm just trying to join on LinkedIn now. So please, if you have questions, start typing them in the chat box, in the comment box. And then I think YouTube is what we are seeing from Restream. So you may want to come to YouTube and questions because we are seeing YouTube comments from Restream here. So please let's know what your questions are, and let's get them answered because that is what we are all about right now. So your questions, what are your questions? So before I start seeing questions, as you keep dropping your questions, like I said, I want to read a question that someone sent to me. However, I may need to use my phone. Okay. Okay, still also, don't mind now, I'm using my torch. There's no light here in Nigeria. I'm still at work and they've taken like this is already to 7. So someone sent a question to me and it is for Mrs. Yakiro Shimoni Fox. I'll be bringing your board to answer the question, ma. Okay, okay. Um, let me bring you up now, ma. Read the question to you. Yes. So, someone asked the question, and then I also think I'll try to comment it on YouTube so that it will be more effective. The person said, "I am someone that I have been finding it hard to have a voice. I can't speak fluently to people without stuttering, without stammering, without mincing words, even to his best friend." He now said, "How can I get my voice? How can I get my voice?" Ma,
Wow.
what do you say
You
to
know,
that?
it's interesting. Before I got on for this talk, I told Asaf I'm so nervous. He said, make sure that you don't say because that's we when we stutter when we're trying to find the next word. And I think when we are more relaxed, there are two components. One is that we need to know what is a subject we're talking about. We need to be an authority on what we want to say. So, and we need to be confident about it. And here I am saying, I have that problem as well. It is about practice and it is about being an authority about what you want to say. And for those two things, I think are very, very important. If you
Okay,
know what
okay.
you're saying, it flows. One idea flows to another. You also have to structure your talk. But he was also talking about speaking to his friends. It really is about practice and confidence and being, knowing what you want to say. That's what I would say. Just keep practicing and don't be afraid. The people who are listening are as vulnerable, I think, as the people who are talking. We're all in the same boat. We always think that people are judging us, but the people on the other side are feeling the same way. Just be you. Be you. What is the worst thing that can happen? Right? Go for it.
Yes, yes.
Speak and be proud of who you are. Let it out.
Okay. Okay. So I believe he has seen it. I believe he has. If he's still with us, the person would have seen this question, the answer. So the point is, that's the truth. A lot of us like she said, like Mrs. Yakira said, she has tried to it out ever since she was born. She's 69. She'll be 69 by the end of this month, and she's still figuring it out. So figuring it out actually do not end. So it is something that continues. It is a process. It's a continuous process. So not stop figuring it out because we actually able to ace a particular test, um, a particular role that had to prove whether we are already good at what we do. So,
Mhm.
but we just continue, we continue. So myself, I still have times when I stutter, probably, and that was why I didn't myself and answer the question for the guy. So I had to give it to you, man. So thank you so much for that contribution. I really appreciate it, man. Uh, one of us have any question for Mrs. Yakira or for Dr. Faith Nwaobia or for Lucy Madio Simao? Any questions I'm on link on here on LinkedIn is saying let it out. It's actually a common and normal thing. Yes, yes, yes. So that is true. That is true. I'm trying to see. Okay, my question. This is let me bring this on board. Okay, okay. Mr. Lucima, this question is for you. This question is for you. I hope you're there. Mr. Lucima Deo. Is this still here? Uh-huh. So the question is, good evening, Mr. Simao. Book writing, what is the best strategy to keep writing continuously despite a busy schedule? Okay, so I'll be adding him to the stream now to answer that question.
Okay, great. Thank you very much for the question. Okay, can you all hear me?
Yes, yes, yes,
Can you hear me? Okay, so
yes.
this is what you have to do if you want to keep writing, okay? And don't get tired even if you have a busy schedule. First, you need to put a schedule for yourself on the time that you have to write, okay? You need to schedule your writing times. Despite your busy schedule, maybe you work, maybe you're a businessman, entrepreneur, and your time is very tight. You have to stipulate a schedule for your writings. When do you have to write? After work, before work, in a lunch time? Okay, when you put that, then you be disciplined. You do it regularly. Keep doing it until you set, you achieve your goals. So it's not about how busy you can be in one day, but it's about how you use your time. Time management is the most important. Okay, set your time for writing, and then you will make it.
Okay, okay. So that is Mr. Lucimadeo's takeaway, and I think I'll be calling you Lucy because Lucy Madeo is kind of long for me. Lucy Madeo,
Yeah,
I will just stick with Lucy. Does Lucy make sense for you?
that's good. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so that takeaway is actually very perfect. You just have to schedule it. You just have to work it out by yourself. You just have to do it all by yourself. You just find time. You have to be intentional about finding time for it. You have to just be intentional, and that's the truth. Because at the end of the day, just like I think it was Mommy Kira that also said it. She was saying something about responsibility. It is up to you at the end of the day to actually find your voice. Nobody will bring it to your door. Nobody will bring it to your door. So you just have to either be intentional about getting it done or finding a way to do it. So let's appreciate Mr. Lucy for 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 that contribution. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. So I'm hoping to see. Let me try to check through Facebook to make sure I'm not missing out on any question. I want to check on Facebook to missing out on any question. Okay. Okay. So okay, let me try to join live on Facebook. Is there any question from Facebook? Live chat. Okay. 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 No question from Facebook. No question. So since there's no question from Facebook, I think I will have to ask a personal question from Dr. Faith. Yes, I have a question for him. So I don't know if Dr. Faith is there to have us. Dr. Faith, are you with us? Okay, let me add him up. Hello, sir. Okay, yeah.
Yes, I'm here.
So my question is this. Now,
Yes.
um, I I get it. The three codes. I want to use the three codes now, and then I'm just getting started on LinkedIn, like as a professional, and then I'm trying to build my professional credibility. When or the question is actually two-faced. Number one, when will I know when to be able, and when will I know when it is time for me to say I can now communicate and actually ask for help? That is number one. Then number two, what is I feel there's a thin line between being entitled for help and to get want to help someone and actually speaking out, because they are actually they are two different things, and then it's not really clear to me, but I know that there's a form of reaching out. It is making me is that will make me like not like desperate now, but like make me trying to transfer my own personal responsibilities to another person to help me handle. And then yes, probably I've built my credibility over time, and then now I'm in need of help, all right. And this time around, that the help I'm actually asking for is actually a transfer of my responsibility, something I should actually work by myself to get done. So like how do I separate my how do I separate from that? I don't know if you get it.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, sir.
So the first question that you asked is the issue of at what point do you know that it's time to start communicating your needs? What is it that you want from people, having done your bit in adding value, having closed out the second C, which is contribute. I think there are triggers, right? There are triggers, there are signals to show that, okay, this is the right time to talk. One of the things you should look out for is that the person that you are communicating with also find some ways to reach out and also reciprocate in one way or the other. And it is also keen to check up, because I remember a time I was before I landed my first corporate work on LinkedIn with Malik. There was this person that I was following at that time. His name is Sohaib Hassan. And when I was following him, he had massive engagement then, and he was appointed the country lead for a particular country, and I was following him, and I always also loved that work, and I would love to have it. But what I was doing was to keep engaging, and then at some point he started reaching out, and then find out that when I write post and tag him, he will come around and drop a comment. And then that gives me the impression that, okay, there is some kind of understanding between our two, and I could reach out to want to ask further on what I need. So, and what did I even ask? I didn't ask him to give me any job. It's just for me to, I want to understand LinkedIn the more. I want to learn more about how to win on this platform, how to attract more opportunities. Can I get him to coach me on how he's doing it? And so at that level, him accepting. So there are different ways for you to actually ask what you need. It's not all the time that you just come direct and say, okay, this is what I need. You could actually start from letting the person know that you also could benefit from what they have to give in terms of advice. The best way to get help from people is to ask for the advice, really. That's the best way. So by the time they start advising you, naturally they want to do more. That's human being. So it's just for you to know how to act when there seems to be some form of mutual understanding. Maybe you tag him or you tag her, he comes to your post and make a comment, and you maybe write a post about them, and they are cheerful about it to also come to that post to make a comment and appreciate you and all that. You're intentional about the feedback you're getting. It's about training yourself to do much more on social listening. So there is a way you do a whole lot of work within the social listening. So a lot of people don't listen socially, using their antenna, their social triggers to know when should I make an ask, and when should I not. So don't be too quick and don't go late. Just know that, okay, I think I need this, but what are the signals? Okay, there seems to be some mutual understanding. This person, when I tag him, he comes around. But there are some people that you end up engaging you're engaging their posts for months, for years, and they don't just get to put a like or support you when you write and tag them. It's not flowing, right? It's not flowing. And most times when you end up writing them in boss, it will just sit there and nobody answers you. But you see that person that you tag and the person comes to your post and make a comment, the person will surely respond to your inbox. That's the truth. There is, so if you tag me and then I come to your post to say thank you, I appreciate or whatever, for a post that you want to use, a shout out post to celebrate me, to talk about me, or talk about that employer or that person that you are following, or that entrepreneur that you are interested in to partner with or collaborate with, or that investor that you are with. So whoever, if that person is able to engage you on literally on your normal post, the person will be able to respond when you eventually drop an inbox. I think that's one of the strongest signals we should be looking out for: mutual engagement. There should be some form of mutual engagement so that you're not talking to a ghost or a robot. So that's
Exactly.
one. Then
Exactly.
that's one. That is the second part that you asked, where you talked about it appears someone trying to be desperate, um, and then the feeling of entitlement. I'm entitled to this because I have done this. So I am supposed to be given this. That's also something that we need to fix. Nobody is owing you anything, really. Nobody owes you nothing. Anything that you receive, you just have to be, just have to show gratitude, and that attitude of being grateful and say, "Oh, I appreciate." In fact, anything that you get, thank God and say, "God, I thank you for this." It's not that you're entitled to anything. Nobody is owing you anything, but at the same time, you need to know that there is time to ask for what you need. Ask and it shall be given. I believe in that rule of Matthew 7:7. Ask, it shall be given. So it's always good that you know that it is time to ask, but do not go by way of being so desperate, even when you ask. I think I've been able to touch light on those two things you asked.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, I think this avenue is very, very intentional about you addressing those issues, and I'm so glad you have done that, because, in fact, in my brain now, I've actually kind of factored in and kind of processed the people who have reached out. Yes. God, my eyes are so red. Yes. A lot of people reach out to me and they want to they need some assistance and so, but right now I kind of have gotten clarity, number one, on who to reach out to, on who to actually reply, and on who to actually ask for help. For example, I think from here now we can establish the fact that people reaching out to me for, okay, like the first time you are messaging someone in their DMs, you are saying, please, can you be my mentor? I think from this discussion now, that is not the way to actually request for someone to be your mentor. There must have
No,
first been you. Exactly, exactly.
exactly.
The person,
You don't start a conversation. You don't start a conversation with what you need. You don't start a
yes,
conversation. You don't start a relationship with what you need. It's not all about what you need, right? It's about
yes,
what you can give. It's about what you
yes.
can give, not what you need. What you can give first. And that relationship builds over time. You can now say, okay, I am in need of this. And when you're asking, can I be your can you be my mentor? I don't know who you are. I've not seen you. You are not within my cycle. And you don't need to do so much. Maybe it's that little comment that you drop here and there. Who says that sharing the post does not interest any of us? We love the fact that you put out a post and somebody shares it and maybe write some comment, and so I'll gain a lot of value from this post. Please spend your time to read it. You will enjoy it. You know, that sort of thing. And then somebody sees it. And then over time, you've been doing that. If you come to my DM and now say, I want you to be my mentor. Remember, I have been following on around the whole activities surrounding the person. So there is definitely going to be a yes, right, for such a request, because the person over time had been sharing my post, writing very engaging comments. Definitely, the way it works is, oh, I know this person already. There is already a contact. So that is why we talk about so much around contribute. You need to learn how to add value to people's lives. On social media, you can do that by engaging, dropping comments, sharing people's posts, celebrating and calling them out for good reasons, letting them know that how inspiring and how impactful they are to you. That's more, appreciation is one way to break in when it comes to communication. Once you start building
Yes.
that attitude of gratitude, which is the best attitude that you can ever cultivate. Once you have attitude of gratitude and being grateful to little things that you get, that's the best way to start communicating. Because like our people used to say, if you thank someone for what they've done at the moment, you are creating a room for them to do more for you. I think that's how it goes. So don't rush to start demanding, and don't be this feeling of entitlement. I must be done. This must be done for me. I must get this. I'm supposed to be. Nobody actually owes you nothing, really.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate you. And
You're
I
welcome.
trust the fact that everyone on this show right now, they've actually gotten that value. So I think this is where we'll be rounding up. And we I'll be, you know, I really appreciate you for joining the show. I really appreciate you, everyone, for joining us, for staying true to this end. I so much appreciate you. Now, with the little point you've gotten tonight, I hope number one, you have been able to find your voice. You've been able to see the essence of your art and the importance of your voice on the surface of the earth. Mama Kira said, everyone is special. Everyone is special, and we are gods. Like we are gods. I've forgotten how she put it, but we said we are sent by God. You know, we are created by God, and then we are actually sent to create things in like of God. So we are special, and then we everyone has something they are that you need to be known for. You're not supposed to be the shadow of another man. You have your own life to live, all right? You have your own essence to produce. Then Dr. Faith has shown you, um, yes, Dr. Faith has shown us to be Dr. Faith has shown us to be very, very intentional about what we share. All right. Being viral authorities is actually a taxing job. You it means it is you accepting the responsibility that people's life people's lives are tied to the things you share. So you don't just want to always come and share things that make people laugh. Yes, it's good to make people laugh from time to time. It's good to make people, smile from time to time. But there are better ways to, life. You don't want to be known for, and that is something. When I and Dr. Faith actually had a call yesterday, and please let us actually celebrate Dr. Faith. He actually took out time. He had to block out time to be on this call. You can see me, he's very, very tired. He was actually on transit yesterday. He had to 3 days ago he had to reach out to me that can we have the session yesterday instead, because he was going to be traveling from a particular state, kilometers wide apart, to another state, and he would generally know the way transportation works. When you are done, when you get to the location, you are so famished and tired. But still, he messaged me this morning, was like, he has gotten to his location, that he's going to try to settle in now, that he wants to join us live. We actually had a recording. I was supposed to play a recording today, but I'm so thankful for the fact that despite the fact that he is stressed, he still took out time to come. And then he has shown us, he has shown you himself that it is you want to be known for something. And then he shared something with me yesterday when we were and a lot of people that share all these funny videos, notice that the time they now want to share something that is of value, they now have like 5 likes, because nobody knows them to be valuable. Everybody knows them to be jokers. Do you want to be known as just a joker, when you can be known as someone who has a definite purpose to stand for, someone who is significant? And that was why the tagline is for anyone who wants to build significance. So tonight you've gained a lot. I want you to go back home and reminisce on everything you've learned. Sorry, I used the word go back home. Well, definitely depending on where you're watching from in the world. I am currently in Nigeria and I'm still at the office, though it is around 7 after 7 at night. All right, but I'm still in the office. Don't mind me. It takes me a while before I leave the workplace. But I want you to go home, or if you're at home, my colleagues watching in Nigeria, you want to make sure you reflect on everything that have been talked on today, and then work on take the action point and then actually work on them. So Lucimadio had come, and then he showed you that he basically repeated now, just that in the niche of book publishing. That was what he did. He repeated what Dr. Faith was saying, and then he was now talking to you that it is not just about writing a book that will be best-selling. The book you're writing, is it actually adding value to lives? So that is how you want to be looking at things, and this is what I believe should be your watchword for going forward. Now, the session continues tomorrow. We'll be live here for day two. Day two will be featuring Bio Moses, the founder of Mother Book Media. He's also a book publisher, and then he's a very massive individual. He's going to be showing us some secrets tomorrow. Tomorrow also will be featuring Chinedu Junior Koba. I know you know him on LinkedIn. Chinedu Junior is the person, is the man, is the person you don't want to miss. He's going to be giving you some really, really killer vibes tomorrow. And then he's going to be showing you how to the topic is sustainable virality. That is having being viral and remaining viral. So it's going to show you through that, because a lot of people, and I've seen a lot of people that after they make their break, maybe like break post or break after they break even, it's just as if they just get lost. We hear nothing from them, whether it is even a book or a piece of art that was created. They just come, and then after the boom, then there's a doom. So, however, Chinedu Jr. is going to show us tomorrow how to maintain the boom. That is, you keep booming after the first major boom. So, after then, also will be having myself, my humble self. I'll be coming up to show you what how to create your masterpiece and how to live in it, because there's the point of creating your masterpiece. All right, after you found your voice, you need to create your masterpiece. You need to create your own art. Then how do you now live in that art? So that is what we'll be discussing tomorrow, and I'll be showing you 3 secrets too. I work with 3 secrets, so I'll be showing you 3 secrets, so you don't want to miss on any of this session tomorrow. And I trust you. Also tonight, go out, make a post about this event, tag Go Local Diaries, tag all the speakers who spoke tonight, and then let us know what you actually learned from the speakers, because myself, I learned massive. So you want to tag them all, and let's appreciate everyone again. I thank you so much, everyone, for joining this show. And so, about to round off, I want you to know that God will you, and then yes, Go Local Diaries loves you. Kira Fox is saying she loves you. Lucy Madeo, Simao, she's saying, he's saying he loves you. Dr. Faith is saying he loves you. Blessing Ododo Inoghie, she's saying she loves you. And also Elizabeth Adepoju, the moderator, is saying she loves you. So on the count of 1, 2, 3, we end the stream. Bye.